Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 8 More Than 92 podcast, where we always keep it 100. We're your hosts, Harrison.
Banks.
Najee.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. This time is a collaborative effort of the 8 More Than 92 podcast, linking up with the gang Bet the House. So this means we doing the back-to-back double-double with two dope-ass podcasts. We are the portion of the 8 More Than 92 podcast where we always keep it 100 with you. The gang, the trio that comes out here looking like the Justice League of America in this bitch. I'm one of the hosts, Harrison.
Banks.
Najee.
All right. And then, like I said, we got Big Smash over here to Bet the House. So what's up with you, man?
And y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Dope platform. So two dope platforms together. It's all money. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I've watched plenty of episodes, been in lives together, we've interacted and stuff like that. So we haven't done a new collaboration in about a minute. So we are probably like about 6 months, you say, Banks, Najee, from since we had a new one on. So it's great to always reach out and continue the
Fact.
vibes of connecting, putting all the dope black podcasts on and making sure we all at the table when we eat, man. So how's everybody's week been so far? Or how's everybody's last week? It was actually eventful. So it was hard to take stuff off the topics versus finding topics to talk about this week. So
That's good though.
Exactly. How's everybody's week been since last recording?
Pretty good for me, man. I'm coasting right now, so it's pretty good for me.
What about you, Banks?
It was good. Me and the family, we went out of town, went to California, and enjoyed.
That's crazy, man.
I asked you about it a long time ago, and I kind of thought you got it then. But
don't even be upset because he wasn't even in Cali this weekend. So go ahead.
But I was. But anyway,
no, not you.
And I assumed
I'm trying to take up for your ass. No, you good, brother. Go against me. I was trying to help you out. He wasn't in Cali this weekend, but you got it.
And I thought he lived in San Diego, so I was like, well,
he do.
Oh, okay. And we were in LA, so I mean, it wasn't like I was gonna expect anything or whatever. But anyway, we enjoyed ourselves. It was Stepson's first time out there, and it was a culture shock for him for sure. But we had
Malachi's?
Yeah.
Which was a culture shock. The fact that he couldn't wear what he wanted to. Them things was good, homie. Where you from, cuz?
No, we didn't go to that part of the city. We want to next time though. You know how we do. We want to go to every movie site ever. We want to see the Friday House and everything. But
send me. And I remember when I went to New York, the first thing I wanted to do was like go to Rucker, was like go to Marcy Projects or go to the Carter.
Just sit out there,
like that, walk through. Like, so I don't know why. Like, I'm like, it's a camera crew around me. Like, yo, man, the block follow me. I'm with the block. I ain't Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Take me to the hood. Like, I'm somebody. Like, niggas gonna shake my hand. Like, what Soulja Boy did. They say Soulja ain't from the hood.
Yeah,
shot.
No, you don't want that type of energy. But yeah, it was a lot of people out there, and he from a small town, so it was a lot. Homeless population was outrageous. I know it's always been that way, but I mean, it was crazy.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
From down south, especially. Like, it's
I told him that. I said, when I went to New York for the first time, that was when I had my first culture shock. Like, I was like, whoa, just a huge influx of people in a small space and how fast everything was moving, compared to how we just mosey around down here. We don't blow at nobody. For real. But yeah, I told him next time we'll have to go up there and I'll get his take on it. But we had fun.
No mute.
What about you? What about you, Najee? How was your weekend?
So my weekend, it was cool, man. I end up like like James said, I ended up going to Vegas this weekend because one of my close friends, he got married on Saturday. So I ended up going to Vegas, last minute little trip, like drove up to Vegas. And just kind of I took one of my boys with me because he ain't never been to Vegas. And just took him up there, rolled with me, and then we went up there, stayed until probably like 1:00 because I had duty the next day. So I had to be at work that morning. So then drove that morning another 5 hours back. And then went to work. So but it was chill. It was a good weekend. It was a real good
First off,
weekend.
nigga, let's he got a Tesla, so he didn't drive shit. Okay.
I didn't drive. No,
that's right. I think I saw him stunting.
That's what I'm saying.
I seen him with his hands off the wheel.
I seen him in action. I seen him in action and shit like that.
Let me tell you right now, I'm done with the peasantry. I ain't driving no more cars. You know what I'm saying? My car will drive itself as I tell it to.
Who got left off of Bad and Bougie, So Smash, what you hit up this weekend? So we got everybody else's.
Man, I was with the kids, man. I was with the kids and the wife. I ain't really, because you know what? This is my first weekend off. So I was with the kids. We was chilling, having game night and shit. So when I'm off, I'm with them. So, because a lot of them live in Chicago and I'm in Minnesota right now. So when they come here, I try to give all the attention to them. I got 9 of them. So.
Oh my God.
Didn't we just talk about this? Didn't we just talk about this last episode?
Dirty Sprite too. You should have been on last. You should have been on last episode.
You fertile as hell.
Man, look, I'm 8 boys and 1 girl. So
I understand Big Smash now.
I definitely know that one. I think I just had the weekend off for the first time in like a month because we on like one of them 24 hours. Like the day you saw me, I was at work. So we like on 3 days. So every 3 days you got to do a 24-hour shift. So that was the first time it fell on the weekend that I didn't have to work. But Banks, I'm surprised you ain't come out there. We'll roll right into the first one because I know Najee ass was probably feeling simple when he was hating on this verses out there. I'm surprised you ain't go out there and be a part of it. But we finally
so they was coming in. They was coming in when we were leaving. We left Saturday, and that's when BET and everything was about to get popping. And so I didn't even think about that too until I was on the way to the plane, and I was like, man,
that is so fun. That is so you that you would pick a weekend that the BET Awards and the Versus was out in the same place that you is, and you just mosey on through. That's literally essentially that's you dropping your wallet and finding it while the cops pull us over. That's like essentially that's essentially that. But
I would definitely would have been a lot better than the crowd was because I don't know if everybody saw it. Like the LA crowd was just not it.
It was. I caught myself dancing to the song so much I didn't even notice the crowd for real. But like I said, Najee, we're gonna jump into this one because you said it was gonna be ass. We finally got that Soulja Boy and Bow Wow versus, and it was exactly what I thought it would be. It's probably the best verses in them had.
Wait, we gotta stop for a second. You can't. I didn't say the verses was gonna be ass. I didn't say
Talked about a young legend in Shad Moss. All right, as you walk around his do rag on every chance you get.
I said,
right, with that high top curl.
I said, Soulja Boy, he don't got as many hits as Bow Wow. That's what I was saying. I was like, Bow Wow got the hits, man. Soulja Boy got some hits. But
that's true. But
Bow Wow got legendary hits. And then I made a statement of grown Bow Wow. That was a statement I made. But you just kind of put all my statements into one statement, which was a lot. You just lied.
Go ahead and say it, Smash. What you gonna say?
I'm cool. I thought that the versus battle was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. A bunch of antics and a bunch of talking and a bunch of just this dude played the same record 3 times.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did.
I'm
Who
like,
did
okay.
Soulja.
Yeah.
He played the same record 3 times?
He played the same record 3 times.
But he had the hits.
He played a record where we heard Drake voice. The whole song, like
Soulja knew he did not have a catalog. to
No.
compete with Bow Wow.
He said
No.
he knew he
And
had
so
to
he
pass
knows
some
he's
time.
an entertainer.
Yeah, he
So
knew
he
he
gonna
had to pass the
entertain
time.
us.
He's like, my verse coming up. Y'all better let it play. And then he come over there and spit for
Right.
like 5 minutes. Yeah,
He brought Romeo out.
man.
I was just like,
That's an L already.
That was hilarious.
First off,
that whole thing was hilarious. That was the
I'ma tell you-
funniest verses.
Bow Wow did not want to be on that stage, bro. He was mad as hell, low key, but he played it off. You know what I'm saying? He was super mad that him and Romeo, like, I never understood why they didn't like each other, but I'm just like, okay. Bow Wow had a whole concert. Like it was just, I don't know. I expected it to be like that. Like, you could tell the crowd wasn't really into it. And you had people on the stage and they ain't even know Bow Wow songs. Like, why are y'all on stage then?
Yeah, that was even in the audience too. Like Bow Wow did a little temperature check at one point where he did a little call response.
Yeah.
And he stuck the mic out there. He stuck the mic out there and he was like, oh, okay, nope. And he never did it again.
He never did it again to the end.
Yeah.
I forgot what song he played that everybody knew.
like,
But I think it was Where the Party At. Everybody should know that song. I mean, but it was like, dude, you got grown people in here. They don't really know you like that. So I thought it was entertaining, though. I'll give it that.
Yeah,
but
it was.
I knew it was gonna be trash.
It
man.
was definitely
let me put my hype in here real quick. I personally thought, you know what I'm saying, as I sat back there with my big jersey on and, you know, doing my, I think they like me. I personally thought Jeezy, not as controversial as a Jeezy versus Gucci Man. Just, is my stuff good?
It's
you
it's
keep
kicking you
freezing.
in and out. Yeah, it's
I
freezing.
keep freezing.
Yeah, I seen it said they ain't unstable. Am I good now?
Yeah, you straight. You can just start over. Oh. I think it's
He froze again.
yeah, he froze. I'm gonna just pick it back up and he can edit it whenever. But I think we all are in agreement that it was really fun, or you know, it had the energy of being fun and kind of wacky. But I think where he was going with it, comparing it to Jeezy and Gucci, I think that was also a very good one. More serious, obviously. So I really think that they were both great. One was just a different type of great. You know, one was funny and crazy and a little more nostalgic as far as some of the songs. Because I think when Jeezy and Gucci was up, you know, we were, or at least me and James, Josh too, I guess, we were all in high school around that time. So we were a little older compared to
relevant.
Bow Wow. You know, we were all kind of in middle school, maybe elementary school, however old.
But I think my biggest thing about it, like what I was trying to say earlier, like when you compare to Jeezy and Gucci, that was the same era. So Jeezy and Gucci hated each other. They was beefing, but they was still kind of both doing hood music. They both was around the same time. They both was kind of going big at the same time, going to parades. And Bow Wow and Soulja Boy was not. You know what I'm saying? Bow Wow, when we was younger, and he was the biggest thing. All the girls had posters and Airbrush t-shirts and everything. And then as we got older, that's when the dance crave came out. You know, so that's when you got the Soulja Boys, you got the D4L, you got the, you know what I'm saying, Knuck If You Buck. You got like all these dances that came out at the Soulja Boy. But I wouldn't have put him and Bow Wow in the same era, because I would say Bow Wow is more of that kind of legend on his own. And Soulja Boy is too, because I feel like Soulja Boy really started that dance movement that we love. You know what I'm saying? The Hit the Booty Do and all the different songs, like that all came from Soulja Boy. That was all the dance moves. So I just feel like them together, you know what I'm saying? Them together kind of didn't really go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just like, because Bow Wow, Soulja Boy ain't gonna compare to Bow Wow numbers or his music, and it's just different. And now all the people that love him, we all grown now. So they went, us grown people went out there watching Soulja Boy and Bow Wow. So you got people that's kids out there that don't really even know Bow Wow songs out there. You know what I'm saying?
Or his movies.
They don't know the movies. They ain't fucking basketball is my favorite sport.
Right,
that came
right.
Everybody trying to hoop. They don't know about that.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
What I did I'm gonna say this, I'll let you come in. What I did like though was, I think it, in my opinion, I think it helped Bow Wow a lot. Of course, we're kind of already in that season of the phrase is giving everybody flowers. And I think for a while, Bow Wow was going through a phase of where maybe he thought people wasn't really rocking with him because he was doing like weird stuff and, with the whole airplane incident and lying about, the whole Bow Wow challenge
Bow
type
Wow
of thing.
challenge.
Yeah. And I feel like, I think it's kind of getting really real for him and other people like, oh, Bow Wow had classic things happen in his life, right? Like when he was doing the verses and he was like, yeah, I know you did everything first, Soldier, but have you ever had the Grammy Award? I mean, not the Grammy, the Oscar
Oscar.
Award winning, 3-6 Mafia. Let me play another song from let me play a number one song from my hit movie. You know what I mean? Like to have that type of cachet, I feel like is amazing. Because I mean, who else can say that they got a hot number one song on a major movie? I mean, you would probably have to think about it. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's something Bow Wow has had a lot of in his short little life.
And,
So I think that was good.
and then the other big thing is just I think Bow Wow was kind of going with like a crisis. You know what I'm saying? As he got older, because he was that guy.
Yeah.
So as he got older, it was hard for him to transition from lovable, cute Bow Wow to grown Bow Wow. Like a lot of superstars can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we met Chris Brown when he was younger, but Chris Brown kind of stayed in his same lane. He just got, but Bow Wow, it was kind of like, okay, well, he can't keep doing this. I'm the nephew type, you know what I'm saying, scenarios, and he's a grown adult, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was his hard transition. Soulja Boy was already basically grown when he was Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy ain't never changed. His dynamics, the way he is, the way he act, the way he talk, it's all the same.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we pushed back on Bow Wow too when he was starting to kind of come into his adulthood. Yeah, we were just like, we're not feeling this. But even though, right? Even we was hating on him, even though some of us don't want to admit that. We was hating on him a little bit when he was trying to come out and start cussing and talk about other stuff. He still dropped Fresh as I'm Is, right?
But that Young Money Bow Wow, that was the Bow Wow everybody was like, oh, okay, he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely jumped the shark on the Young Money. I totally forgot about that Bow Wow.
Young Money Bow Wow was like, okay, he's done. You know what I'm saying?
He jumping the shark on that one. What you got, James?
Y'all done really I'm mad that the internet, I swear, every time we had like a fire fucking topic, this is the last time we'll be using Zoom, y'all. We'll be going to StreamYard after this. This is the last time. Y'all done took all the good points I wanted to come in. I just got to sit back and hope the internet don't cut out. But I was going to say, it's been my favorite verses from, man, I thought everybody froze again. It's been my favorite verses since Jeezy, T.I., and all that because, not T.I., but Gucci Mane and Jeezy, just because it was nostalgic and it just brought back such a good era of music that we had, whether it was dancing, like Lean With It, Rock With It, and Soulja Boy, Shootout, Bird Walk, like even like going back and like doing it, like Soulja Boy had it to where like this was like really what we was doing. Like in Bow Wow, kind of like you said, Banks, he when he kind of came in as we grew, but it was just really nostalgic to go through and think like we had like a very big era of like music that, because T.I., Jeezy, it's older than everybody, but we had a very good long era of when music was just for us, our age, that grew with us. It's not too many times you see child rappers or singers and musicians take a good span of the time that you were growing up and can sing for you. You know what I'm saying? Bow Wow did the early years because he was a kid when we was a kid. He showed you what girls are interested in. Soulja Boy come through, we getting out. He make it cool to do certain dances. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of adult or they're adult. Then you also had the stanky leg, which Najee was saying, Booty Doo. He also had Swag Surfing. You had so much stuff coming through that era, and it was kind of like we was in a big gap from like maybe 2004 to maybe 2012 is when it kind of really died down for, all right, niggas, we could kind of stop dancing if you want to, but
yeah,
it was just
that's when I graduated. That's when I graduated.
Yeah,
from college.
so it was just very good to like hear that and feel that era of music. You know what I mean? Like just to go back and to see like niggas from at least maybe 2-3 years apart. We all know this song. Like they was playing Soulja Boy, Crank That Soulja Boy while we was in the club after we got out of high school. We was swag surfing, stanky legging, Bow Wow song had Fresh as I Miss. We all was singing Bow Wow and Sierra apart. You know what I'm saying? We all was doing Fresh as I Miss, and then he brought out what's his name from them Franchise Boys, Pimpin'. And then he brought out 3 6 Mafia. Niggas forgot he was on.
I totally forgot about Side to Side.
Yeah, niggas forgot. I had the song on my phone, but I was like, dang, he did. Then he played that song with him and Omari. And you forget how much of a duo they were for a small little.
They had a whole album together.
So, like you said, I think it was good that Romeo came and kind of said what a lot of us, at least I said, because Najee, you was hating last week, that give him his flowers while he can. That was also before the Skin Product, SINN, how you spelled it, Skin Product,
SINK.
Yeah. So that was for him last week. Shad, if you trying to come on, we was giving you flowers. But I'm glad Romeo came on and also noticed the 3 songs that he had to compete with Bow Wow before he started.
They were trying to get them in real. They were trying to get them in quick.
Well, that shit was so fucking funny to me. I couldn't help but laugh, man. Like, for real.
I was like, I'm glad you came in a little bit aware that this is all the time that you have for Bow Wow was them 3 songs and then hop off like that. And then everybody was the 2 things that was funny. It was because I'm gonna end it and go because you already did y'all piece, but it was when he came on and nigga was like, I was like the Kobe of that thing, and I feel like everybody on Twitter had my reaction.
Well, like, I died. I was like
Kobe. I was like Kobe.
Listen, but he rapped it so well. He rapped it in the middle of telling the truth. And so he could kind of get away with it.
Yeah. He was more the Robert Ory of anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as he left, Bow Wow played Fresh as I'm Is.
What did he say? That's savage, right? You know what he said?
Yeah, so that was funny, but I thought it was good just to kind of highlight a big area. It was good to highlight a big area of music that just wasn't gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was T.I. Jeezy, not them Franchise Boys, Boys in the Hood.
We stopped dancing. We stopped dancing for a little second.
Yeah, so it was cool from there. But I did want to ask, listening to that, do y'all feel like our era was probably like the best musical? I mean, everybody says their era, but y'all feel like our era, that rock star, because you got to think about that. When we graduated, we had Swag Surfing, which is still on the same level as
Lift Every Voice,
Back That Ass Up.
What?
Yeah,
it's gonna be the Lil Wayne No Ceiling Swag Surfing though. It's everywhere. No.
We not gonna compare Swag Surfing to Back That Ass Up.
No,
we
definitely not gonna compare that.
No way.
No, I wasn't comparing.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say, timeless. Whoa,
it's timeless. Is that? Yeah. No. It's timeless. It's like it's gonna stay in it, just like Back That Ass Up. It's 20 years out. We still hopping on females to that, but like that rock star era, Party Like a Rock Star, Swag Surfing. Like, was that probably the
Pop Lock and Drop It?
Pop Lock and Drop It. Yeah, was that the Dougie? That was before Dallas. So like, was that probably the best era?
Can't do it like me. All that.
I love that era. I love it.
I feel like y'all think that was probably like the best era of music from a standpoint.
No,
I ain't gonna say no. I'm not gonna say the best. I'm not gonna say the best, but it was the most fun because we were part of it.
It was the most fun, but I think that era technically killed hip hop.
Ooh. Hot take.
Ooh,
I think that era killed hip hop. Honestly, if real hip hop, I mean, like hip hop is hip hop. Hip hop stopped being hip hop once that era came and it never came back. Like,
really,
you get bits and pieces of hip hop, Cole, Kendrick, all them, but it's like, think about it. The dance era came. And then the mumble rap came, and then the bubblegum rap came. Maybe not in that order, but real hip hop ain't the same. I love the dance era now because I'm from Chicago. So juking, the juke party. Yeah, the juke parties, all that, the footwork and all that. Yeah, I love all that. But I think the dance era, just because, I don't know, I'm a little bit old school. When I hear music, I actually want to hear something. I don't want to hear Pop Like a Drop It get down, little mama, get on the floor. All that's cool for a time, but it started becoming everybody just trying to piggyback off the next dance wave. Like it was creative, the Ricky Bobby and all that. It was creative, but then I felt like it kind of had an expiration date. That's my take on it. I felt like it had an expiration date on it because it went longer than what it was. Like it's like auto-tune. It's like the auto-tune era. You know, once that happened, you got irritated with it after a while, like, because everybody wanted to do auto-tune now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when Jay-Z came out. Yeah.
I said that's just gonna be T-Pain.
Yeah, because they stopped using T-Pain. They stopped feeling like, okay, why am I finna pay T-Pain whatever T-Pain was charging when I could just do this shit myself?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it killed hip hop. I think it introduced a new era. I think it was kind of the same sense of, if you think back in the day when they was breakdancing and they was beatboxing, like you had the beatboxers, that was a talent. You had people around school going, and I'm just like, we hear that, we're like, that's dumb as heck. But that was their era. And I feel like for our era, it was a dance crave. Like we kind of came back instead of fully breakdancing, and they was battle breakdancing, fighting breakdancing. We came back up with something else that wasn't so hood, Boosie, Webby, Jeezy and gangster, and everybody fighting. It kind of brought a little, cheer and fun and dance to the situation. So it was good for the era that it was. And I mean, like I said, we enjoyed it, and for our era, we loved it, because like we hear swag surfing, it ain't no way in heck you're not gonna start doing this, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was our era, and so it closed off with us being a little older, and then coming in, like you said, the new era, the mumble raps and stuff like that. But
yeah, and I don't think that's a part of I don't like the quote unquote mumble rap. I don't know. I don't take ownership over that. Because all them boys is a lot younger than us. That was the one that was perpetrating that. But like Josh said, he had a great point about taking it back in the day to the B-boys and the people pop locking and the up rocking and all that stuff. And then you slide that into, so I guess it's almost, you would say, like, so did Luke mess up rap? Did he mess it up for everybody? You see what I'm saying? Like you kind of, I feel like it's just a recycling.
It's
it's an element of hip hop. Fashion
because they brought it back.
Hip-hop, dancing is an element. What'd you say?
They brought it back. TikTok brought that era of dance music back.
Yeah. So
now every song that comes out, somebody on TikTok is making a dance to it. So it's like, it ain't died, but it's like, it's creative, but to the real people that love music, that love hearing lyrics and bars, things like that, it's like it throws us off.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you still got some people that you could tap into. I'm trying, and even with somebody like as influential and famous as Nas, like I was just listening to King's Disease not too long ago. I felt like that was Bar City in there, and then some other people that have come out. I'm a big fan of Joey Badass. He hasn't released any music in a while, but I love him.
I like Joey.
I feel like he's a real lyricist. I mean, I definitely think you have your pick, but I think what I'm hearing your point is that they're pushing this type of bubble gum. Like that's what everybody is pushing out right now, which I guess you would say through pushing it out, they only pushing what we want to hear, or at least the majority wants to hear.
True.
So, but I totally agree with you. I'm definitely a lyricist at heart. But I think over time I've kind of come down from that. I was hardcore, probably like you are. I was super I didn't even like Gucci for a while, just because I was like, he don't know how to rap and But I've had to kind of come down from that and just kind of learn to enjoy, what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's what's relevant to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you said, a Boosie or a Webby or a Jeezy, or like I like Big Crit, like certain people like that, I have relevance to them. Like I don't have any relevance to Jay-Z or to Nas, or I'm gonna have more relevance to my Southern rappers, because that's where
regional people.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I understand. So I feel like they touching they touching the same thing when it comes to the dance craze. You know what I'm saying? Because now I feel like this isn't a mumble rap age. I think this is a viral age. Like they want to just do something that's going to give you a shock factor that's going to make you viral. So it's a viral. If I can do something that can take 15 seconds out of your time and I can go big off of it, that's what I'm trying to do. It's all about me going viral. You ain't got to understand what I'm saying, but you like the way I'm moving and it's going to go viral. That's what I want.
Yeah, Big Smash, you had a good point too about TikTok, and that would kind of bring us into that part. But James, you go ahead and share your point.
No, I was gonna say I thought what was best about it was the fact that, so I feel like what that era was how people in the South lived, because I feel like the South started to take over what hip hop was because everything was up north. Like you said, beatboxing, freestyle, sitting on the corner, having all this type of stuff. Well, we're not really doing that down South. And on top of that, as the wave started to come down, where you had a newer, younger group that wasn't having to struggle as much as what Jeezy and Boys in the Hood, Young Bloods, and all them had to do. You know, we were kind of better off than the South initially started with Outkast and everything else, but we still had our different hardships. It was just a different life perspective than it was up north. And then on top of that, as far as everybody good?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was frozen. So I thought also as well, we birthed a lot of great lyricists in that time. You had Mac Miller, J. Cole, Drake, Wale, Kid Cudi. We had Big Crit. We had Kendrick Lamar. All them fall in our era. So we had our own lyricists. They just weren't doing the same thing as Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Tupac, all those type of people. But we had a great deal of lyricists. Meek Mill, Vic Mensa, like all them fall under us. But we also had like the dancing and everything like that. And so it was kind of like our generation was going to college. The first generation of hip hop necessarily wasn't. So our generation was going to college, because you could tell, because look how much of an emphasis college was when we went versus what college is now. All of us were in school at some point or doing some type of wave where we was at parties and we was really there. So I felt like that kind of encompassed like what we were doing at that time in our lives. And then, like I said, that Rockstar era that Rockstar era should have never came to the hip hop, if you ask white people, but we took that Rockstar way. Partied Like a Rockstar was a huge hit, all the way turned up. And who also don't get their flowers is Travis Porter. Like we was about to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's we still waiting for them. Maybe somebody said them and Rich Kids, but I don't know that many Rich Kids songs. I definitely know a gang of Travis Porter. Travis Porter, if you listen to the 892 podcast, we always want to have you on. Answer them DMs. But Travis Porter, definitely, I don't care what nobody say. Travis Porter was my
that was undergrad. That was undergrad playlist.
Yeah. So I just feel like, you know, we was doing it a different kind of wave. You know what I mean? Like we was really going through that era. Now, you know, everything is viral, TikTok, YouTube, and it kind of reflects because of how everybody moves. It's kind of instantaneous fame, or let's just put something out to dance and everything, so on. So I felt like, you know, our wave, I feel like ours was probably the best because we encompass so much. And then we have some of the biggest rappers now. I still think Future kind of fall in our way. Future and Young Thug, we have like the biggest chart toppers in our era, and some of the people, everybody's GOATs are in our era. Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake are in our era. Then you got Wale, Big Sean.
Rich Homie was big at the time.
Rich Homies in our era. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I will say the only bad thing about us is the era before us were the drug sellers. Our era was the drug users. So I will say that's probably the only negative I'll give us. Our era was we were the junkies, and our era before us were the sellers. So I will say that was probably, we weren't selling as much as we were taking it. So I'll probably say that's probably the only negative I'll give our era. But I know Banks was saying just shifting it to TikTok era.
Well, yeah, before I do shift it to TikTok, I wish we were old enough to go to
Najee. My fault. Congrats to Najee. Real quick, Mr. 10K. You know, 10K. So, you know, he's an official influencer and he can start merchandising with Banks. What you gonna say? I want to give.
I was just gonna say, I wish we were old enough to make Freaknik, because that every time I hear somebody talk about
my
that,
God. Yeah. We
You
did
know?
have our own Freaknik though. We had the Sigma
Man.
Damn Near Naked party.
oh yeah,
Damn Near
the
Naked
down here naked
was
and
our
stuff.
Freaknik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to hear stories about Freaknik when I was a shorty, man.
Yeah.
So, man,
I wish you took all that stuff you just said about how we got all these people and made and aged us up a little bit. Just think, or age them down, however that works. If you put all them people in the 90s, because it got to be in the 90s though, because now you can't do a lot of stuff on camera.
No, you can't do that.
Right. So so put all them people, Drake, all them Young Thug, put all of them in the 90s and put all of us of age. I would have loved to have been a part of something like that. You know, drive down to Atlanta a couple 4 hours or drive up to, I think they had one in DC at one point.
But bike week big like that too though. Bike week is something crazy.
But that's what the classics and homecoming was for, in my opinion. That's why I said we was all in college. So we not necessarily didn't go to Freaknik, but you go to John Merritt Classic, you go to FAMU Classic, you go to TSU
homecoming.
Like, at least I know me and Najee. Exactly. I'm gonna say Banks, you was with me, but I know, we was out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no disappointments, I'm a changed man now, but we was out here. So I definitely want to we'll shift. Y'all got anything else to say on that before we shift?
Nah, I'm good. But I know Big Smash brought up TikTok as bringing back the wave. And I know part of that wave, if not the catalyst of the wave of TikTok, is Black creators on TikTok. And right now there seems to be right. And right now it seems to be a boycott going on, or strike, if those aren't the same thing, with Black creators. And it's just hilarious to see. I'm happy that they are aware that they have power on their platform, and I'm happy that they understand what's the phrase now, that they understand the assignment. Right. So they on there and they know they got power and they know they got influence. So they're going to pull it and they're going to hold it and just watch the app do whatever it do. And it's not doing a thing because non-Black people do not know what to do on that app. They don't know what to do to these songs. They have no clue. It's going to turn into challenges again. I feel like we hold out long enough. Dumb challenges of eating stuff you shouldn't be eating. It's gonna be
putting super glue in your hand stuff, all that goofy stuff, man. Look.
So how do you feel about it, since you are, of course, newly minted influencer on there, Najee? I mean, what you think about the temperature on TikTok as far as Black creators?
I'm gonna be real. So it's some things that as a Black creator you get hit, and you like that's say like the N-word. So at one point they had this post, it was like nigga,
yeah.
Nigga. And you had like white people that was posting it and like stuff like that. It's like it takes forever to get knocked down. But like, let me go on there and say a cuss word, or let me act like I'm finna do like a robbery. Like, oh, you shut down. So I feel like it's definitely a target for the Black creators. And I feel like the Black creators, we definitely get hit tough, because I tell y'all, I had an issue with just my stuff. Like y'all see me every day posting, grinding. I put in I put in to get monetized. And then they basically stopped me and was like, oh, well, you're going to have to wait a couple days because you had a few things that happened against the guidelines. And I'm emailing the dude like, show me the money. Like, what are you talking about? I have never had anything against the guidelines. Like, what do you mean? But that's what I've already been told by other Black people that's made it, is that they make it so much harder for us Black creators. Because even though you had to be on TikTok. So as a Black creator, I can create a sound. I can have the funniest thing, but more than likely, we're not the people that's at the top of the list. It's the white people at the top of the list. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we creating it. We making the music. We making the vibes, but you still not get the Black people are not getting the recognition of what they doing unless everybody is just on their sound every time. But you're not still not gonna get your recognition. They still trying to hold us back. If that makes sense.
Okay,
that's true.
Oh, you muted.
You muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said, what you say, Smash, on it? What's your opinion?
I was just saying that's true, man. Like, man, I don't know. I've been trying to use TikTok a little bit more, but it's like everything I do violates guidelines. And I just be like, okay, you know what? I'm getting to this point where I don't even want to do this shit no more. Cause every time I post something, like I could be one of my posts from Instagram. Every time I post something, they find something wrong with it. So it gets to the point where I know a lot of people like that have that issue that be like, yo, TikTok make me not even want to do it. You know, you can see other races and other cultures just doing anything and everything, but when it come to us, we are violating guidelines. And I have seen it myself, and then some of my other people have seen it. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm getting ready to fall up off it. But I try to put something on there just to, you know, stay active. But it turns me away when everything I say or do is violating guidelines. Like,
so I tell you have to get you a team, bro. Like you got to get some people that's already making it, that's doing it, that you before you send your video, you should already have your squad that you send your video to and be like, hey, what y'all think? Like, what's going on? Do you see anything wrong? Because that's how you really gotta move on there. Like you gotta have people watch because like you said, I want you to succeed. You my brother. You want me to succeed. I'm your brother.
right.
So I gotta like be like, hey, look, let me tell you this. Hey, I know you. I just watched your video. You said nigga on here. They gonna block this nigga in a little while. So what you should do is, you know, move this around, change this up, just cut that out, and keep your video the same. So y'all gotta help each other out. That's the only way that I've been succeeding is that I have multiple avenues that I send videos to, and they tell me like, hey, this cool, but hey, look at this. It look like you got a real knife in your hand. They gonna cut your thing off. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is.
Yeah, because I think I had two cases where I won as far as my appeals.
I ain't won no cases.
Huh?
I ain't won none of my appeals.
I think I won like 2 out of like 10. And I'm just like, all right, look, I'm cool. I'm a do something different because y'all blowing me now.
What I like about it is just from, I say like Banks said, they know the assignment. There's just a lot of people like, I told Banks why I didn't like about TikToks from the very beginning, right? I said it seemed like a lot of sandbone, a lot of bullshit for white people to go on there and impersonate blacks or just doing stuff to what they feel like was woke or whatever, and then they were getting credited. And then, you know, you see all them white people taking off for some dances that you know they ain't choreographed. It's just too much. It's just the renegade. You really think some white girl put that together? Hell no. So I just feel like I'm glad it didn't take until maybe the end of TikTok way for them to kind of be like, you know, why the fuck are we making dances but they asked for them to steal and we not getting credited? I don't like the fact that I never liked the fact that all these white people, like that one white girl, she going on Jimmy Kimmel. What I do give Jimmy Kimmel credit for is Jimmy Kimmel didn't wait 3-4 weeks to go on there and give them people back credit who deserve the dances. He at least saw the error, because I can see it from this point. Jimmy Kimmel is not going to be on Black TikTok. So he ain't got no choice but to see this from seeing that white girl who's taking off. So I do give Jimmy credit for it going through the next day and giving those people credit for it. But like I said, I never F with TikTok for that simple fact of, I just think it's trash. I think it's a way to sit there and, I want to say it's almost like 2021 blackface to me, because you're going to sit there and you're going to recreate the culture and then you ain't going to give it no credit when it's needed. And so, you know, for them to know that they are leading it, I've seen the stuff and it's groundbreaking to see, you know, like how much that people take, and the fact that TikTok see that the shit sucks and you ain't doing no type of thing to it. I think that's very good. The fact that y'all, the generation coming up is not really sitting there letting people use a name in vain. They're not gonna let another Elvis happen. They're not gonna sit there and let what happened to Boys to Men with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys happen to them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna stand there and be like, look, y'all need us and we ain't gonna do shit else. I wish they would take this up to the point where they get off of TikTok. That's my remedy for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I put on there the topics earlier, like the BET Awards seem like it's finally coming back into flavor within the last 2 years, and we need that. Like, because if y'all look and sit there and think about it, the BET Awards was popping. That Michael Jackson performance, you know, when Chris Brown came back from his, like the BET Awards was not always a joke. You get what I'm saying? We, after a certain point, we had just put so much emphasis on the Grammys, and we just forgot how lit. Like James Brown last performance before he died was on the BET Awards. You know what I'm saying? Like that Michael Jackson tribute. It's just so much that we did not, and we was taken away from. Like we start go back to our own, and I hope TikTok does the same thing because I'm just like, we are the culture, we are the brand, we everybody phrase. Like when you go and see people do stuff, they dressing like us, they doing what they want to. You know, Justin Bieber was over there walking around like just a nigga until Lil Twist really got him up and hopped his ass back over. But even I was watching the Boys to Men thing on I think it was like Get Pop whatever they got on Netflix where it's the pop thing or whatever. I didn't realize how big of because I never cared for Boys to Men. I thought they was always a little soft, but I never realized how much Boys to Men like took over. And then I sit back there and think about it because they said what really killed Boys to Men was NSYNC and Backstreet Boys because they had R&B and they was white, and you know you saw pictures of them all in there, and I was thinking to myself like, damn, I guess these are and they even said it like they was trying to be Boys to Men, and they are the ones who took off and became iconic. Boys to Men are still iconic, but y'all kind of get what I'm saying like that. Like the world accepted them and put them up way more than they did like Boys to Men. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, they put them up way more, and I feel like that's what was almost happening with TikTok because that girl, if the renegade dude didn't come through and catch her and all that, and the stuff started to get through, like these little black people are getting overshadowed by this bullshit, and I'm just kind of like, what always kills me is like it's always that one black person every time. Oh, we doing a strike. Well, shit, that ain't gonna stop me. I'm still dance for such and such, and I'm just like, it don't be about the fact that like what you want to do individually. We take so much pride in making sure we that one person. Like what did the dude say at the end after Derek Chauvin got locked up? All lives matter. He was a black lawyer. I'm like, bitch, we all know all lives matter, but we also saying I wish they would have just put Black Lives Matter too instead of Black Lives Matter because then or Black Lives Matter as well, so then it would be no confusion. But every time somebody get a chance, it's like me and Banks were talking earlier about the NFL. Now the NFL care about gay people when all of a sudden, but when Cap took that knee, I ain't give a fuck. Y'all blackball him out and try to do everything, sing and lift every voice and sing during the national anthem and Pro Bowls and all this other janky ass shit. Got motherfuckers taking a knee every week when Jerry Jones was saying he gonna suspend you. Y'all did this in a swift movement once George Floyd. It took 3 years for this, but one person come out gay and he happened to be white and he happened to be good. Then all of a sudden, the NFL for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was glad that they didn't let this get to the end of the road and finally say something on the whole.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I agree, but I just feel like the thing about this culture is it's definitely a cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, everybody want to cancel things when it's relevant to them. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be mad at the other person that's like, well, like because like I said, so if you've never been on TikTok and you don't really understand TikTok work, like, yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, it don't, because I don't even see none of that stuff because my page is my page. So what I watch and what I go through that's the only thing I'm gonna see. So all I see is black comedy, different humor and comedy and humor. I don't see the black faces or the white people doing this. I don't even think I see any white people on my page at all. So I don't even see it. So like all I see is the great black people doing a thing and make me go like, dang, you know what? This dude is really, I can go back and look at all his TikToks and be like, okay, he started from nothing and he was getting 200 followers, 300 followers, nothing. And then boom, he got one video this month, this video went viral and now he getting 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. You know what I'm saying? So he growing.
That's 3 black. That's what I'm saying. You got to see like that person is not on Jimmy Kimmel. And me and Banks saw this, like, them dances were getting brought up. Every white person was taking credit for all these dances. So yeah, you're not seeing that on your timeline because you focus on black, but that's when you got to see why is TikTok so famous now, and you got to see all these dances that they doing are from black people that are not getting the credit for. So yeah, you're looking at it from that.
The dance phrase, the music, the different things. That's the whole world. The black culture, we run everything. Like we in charge of everything. Like it's literally like we the only person that don't gain from us. That, I mean, it is what it is. But now it's like you got those other people that, like you said, he hit 1 million, he doing 1 million views, and then all of a sudden he go from nothing to something. You know what I'm saying? Like I always talk about my other friend, they went from 1,000 views, they had one video that went viral, had 50 million views, and now they had 100,000 followers. They went from 1,000 followers to 100,000 followers in like 2 weeks. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they getting a love. Are we ever gonna get as much love as white people? I think it's gonna take years, but you do have people that are growing and people that are doing, and they're using the platform to what they're trying to do. I feel like TikTok they not making money like YouTube. People on YouTube make way more money because if you get big off YouTube, you growing. But you don't think that they got fucking blackface and this, that, and the third. And ain't nobody canceling YouTube. Like let you say that, oh, I can't believe YouTube doing this to black people. And then the third, you gonna tell all the little kids out here they not gonna get into YouTube no more? No way you're not gonna do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like this culture is all about cancel, 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 instead of using the platform. I agree with you, what you said about making blacks just make their own platform, but it's gonna be like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be, we like crabs in the barrel. I feel like it's gonna be more hate on the platform than it's gonna be love, because all the people that's loving your views and is liking your content and is giving you these 1,500 million followers, it ain't black people. It ain't all black people on TikTok doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's the other people.
Lord, don't sound like that guy. Don't be
gonna be another club. It's gonna be another clubhouse.
Don't be that guy, Najee. Don't be. What about black on black crime? What about crime in Chicago?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that you know what I'm saying? You got to think like, we got to start using our stuff instead of just canceling. That's work together and they strive, and then that's do something with it. But you gonna cancel, and because this person that's talking about canceling, he probably got 700,000, 500,000, 300,000 followers, so he can take the break and be like, I'm just gonna cancel. I ain't gonna do nothing. But then you got somebody else that's got 100 followers, and so now he got to cancel everything. He started from scratch. You know what I'm saying? That's like Jay-Z saying, you know what? I ain't going to this place no more. I'm gonna keep my money. I ain't working no more. Okay, he's a billionaire. I can't say I ain't working no more. I ain't going to work no more. I'm on strike. How I'm gonna pay my bills?
But,
you know what I'm saying? So it's not
but
fair.
It's up to Jay-Z. But it's up to Jay-Z to have that platform and have that many people to speak on the behalf of people who don't have a voice and cannot speak because they don't have that type of platform. So it's not Jay-Z's responsibility to sit there and go about Jay-Z's ways. Jay-Z's responsibility is, in that instance, from that example, is to speak for the people that can't be heard. So if you had that type of voice to, quote unquote, bring the house down, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, no pun intended, bet the house on your brand and speak for us, then you need to go and use that. And you need to go ahead and speak for the person who doesn't have 15 million followers or this, and you are the deciding factor for those people who can't sit at the table. You need to use your platform not to take a break, but to tell people what you see and then be like, we're not going to do it anymore. Not use it for, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's like some regular people problems. So that's where I seen it from there. I know, I guess, I don't know. We'll get back to the activism in a second, but I did want to ask, what'd you say?
I know you brought up the BET Awards. We're gonna make a slight shift. I know you brought up the BET Awards briefly. We all know kind of how that went. I just want to touch on the main thing that I've seen on my timeline anyway with Lil Nas X. How do we feel about, you know, his performance and some of the backlash he's received? I'll let you go first, Najee. You know, nothing.
I thought he said his own point. I told you, I think he's funny. I think he's aware, and I think he.
Right. Well, I guess we should wrap it in what happened. So basically, Lil Nas.
Go ahead.
Lil Nas did his performance. It was, I guess, in the vein of Michael Jackson's "Do You Remember the Time," which they killed that dance performance. But at the end of his performance, gave this man an open mouth kiss on stage, and it's caused a lot of controversy. For obvious reasons.
Britney Spears kissed Madonna and
for sure, and Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, they shared a kiss on stage, all of that. But there are definitely a lot of people, especially people that are part of the conscious community, that already are aware that there's a quote unquote agenda against us and the emasculation of Black men. And so I think people kind of really felt the way about this in particular, because it looks like you are, showcasing gay situations. And especially since the BET is supposed to be like a family, BET Awards supposed to be family oriented. There are possibly children watching. And so, there's a lot of people who take umbrage with the fact that at the end, and it wasn't like he gave him a peck or anything. I mean, full on mouth, probably tongue, and all that stuff. And I mean, I sent you the guy's take on it, and I mean, you gave me, I guess, the vibe that you agreed.
I said, okay, so I look at it like this. Lil Nas X went on there and kissed the man. He did remember the time, but his song was about him being gay. Like he said it clear as day in his tweet, which is why I didn't have a problem. I didn't listen what song he was performing. I saw him do Remember the Time. The reason why I didn't have a problem with it after he said, when I saw the tweet, I didn't have a problem with, I didn't care in general, but the reason I didn't have a problem with it because the song was about him being gay. So if he go on there and do something gay and like kiss a man, then I don't have a problem with it because that's what the song was. He slid down a pole in the song and gave a man a lap dance. So I don't see the issue if you called him on there to sing that song and the song was that, then he's just doing the lyrics. But also, I'm not gonna hold Lil Nas X something different and talking about it's a family show when City Girls went on there and did Twerkulator with their ass out. And I'm not gonna sit there and be like this a family show when Beyonce and all them brought up Terrence Howard and them gave lap dances for Cater to You. So I'm not gonna sit there and hold the
I never thought the show was
a song they also tried to cancel. They tried to cancel Cater to You.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hold and then like I said, Madonna kissing Chris, I think it was Christina Aguilera, but I know it's definitely Britney Spears. That was seen as the most. And then Meg Thee Stallion and Young Miami was kissing and everybody going crazy over there. Cardi B done kissed the girl. So I'm not gonna hold him to a different standard than I would anybody else. That's why I said I didn't have a problem with it, because we're not gonna sit there and say I got kids watching this, and then Young Miami and them talking about what they're gonna do on the dick. On Twerkulator,
or even Jasmine Sullivan and Ari Lennox singing on it, which is about that.
So I'm not gonna hold him to a different standard. You either gotta have nobody doing none of that, but you can't pick and choose. So that's why I didn't have a problem with it. Go ahead, Smash.
My thoughts was Buddy do too much for attention.
Okay.
That's what I thought about it. I mean, look, we are living in this era. You free to love who you want to love. So I have nothing against his sexual preference. What I have an issue with is he contradicts himself a lot. Like he said, Old Town Road wasn't a kid song, but that's who went out and supported the record. That's who, when the record was in the height of the moment, that's who was supporting the record. You wasn't telling them then, yo, this song ain't for y'all. This ain't about y'all. This ain't something y'all should be dealing with. So I think he contradicts himself a lot. So when I saw the performance, even his speech afterwards, with all the criticism and all that afterwards, was like, y'all hate yourselves. Y'all need to be more free and all this. And I'm just like, yo, you're doing too much for attention in my mind. So I had no issue with it because like Harrison brought up, we saw all of this going on, all the twerkulators, all the dancing, all the Meg. We saw all of that. So I just think he does too much for attention. That's my take on it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with. Now you can't tell people what they can and can't do. Right. And like you, if you don't want them to fuck with you, you can't tell them like you hate yourself. That's doing the same thing. But I personally, if this is the only way, not the only way, if this is one of the main reasons why they see you for, use your brand, because people like Tekashi 6ix9ine snitching, ain't nobody took him out. So don't have certain codes where one is better than the other. But like Smash agreed, I don't care about the performance because I'm not I don't people can do what they want to. I'm not gonna say
Right.
one thing is better than the other and criticize it because and be like, that's terrible. That's my son watching it. I literally watched Twerkulator to see Young Miami and JT throw that ass. I watched Meg Thee Stallion to see her dip them knees. So I'm not sitting there acting like I'm sitting up here with no perverted moments and shit like that, you know. And then he come up here and be like, you know what? When we gonna draw the line? So that's why I personally don't mind it. I don't care. I don't. The song was about some gay shit, so he did some gay shit in the song. That's fine. Live your life, brother. You doing what you need to do. I don't have a problem with you. Live your life because, like the whole dude coming out in the football, I don't give a fuck who you fucking. Can you go give me this tackle? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be like fucking you, Lil Nas, and I'm not gonna be fucking half the people up there. So I don't care what y'all do. But if it's for the performance and y'all let other shit go, I'm not gonna tell one person he wrong and somebody not else. So what you about to say, Najee?
I was just gonna say, I mean, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's like insanity. Like we doing something over and over and over, expecting something different. We see Lil Nas X all the time. Like we see him dressing up like girls, wearing pink and having breasts and doing. So it's not like, what are we expecting he was gonna just come on and just, you know what I'm saying, have a girl up there and get twerked on? Like, I just feel like it's up to you as a parent or you as a leader or you as a whatever you're gonna do for your kids. If you don't condone it, then you like you said, James, like I wouldn't want my little girl watching the City Girls. I don't want her talking about, you know, hot girl summer. I don't want that. I don't want my little boy watching Lil Nas X doing like, but you know what I'm saying? Like they all the same. Like you said, it's like somebody saying, well, your sin is worse than my sin. They all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they all bad. And in your family, however you feel about what you think is right and what you think is wrong. So like you said, I can't just ostracize him. And like you said, we got the City Girls up there doing this and we got this person doing that. And you got like, because most of the time it's always okay in society for two girls to kiss and stuff. But when two dudes or something do something, it's frowned upon. But I mean, I just feel like we already know Lil Nas X. So, I mean, what was we expecting to happen on stage?
Yeah, that's like Lizzo. Lizzo be out here. I don't want to see Lizzo out here, but like let's not hype Lizzo up for being unhealthy. And I have no problem with that, but let's not hype her up when if myself, not myself, but if like Ruben Studdard was to come out there, have his fat ass out there, you know, y'all be calling him like, bro, put his shirt on. So let's not hype up one and let's not do the other. You know what I'm saying? Like even when he went out there in his outfit, only thing funny about his outfit was the fact that it said that he looked like he was still in the TV from Walmart. That was the only thing I thought that was the funniest thing about his outfit, saying like he was still in the TV from Walmart. But wrong is wrong, right is right. I don't think it was wrong at all. I'm not about to keep saying that he need to go to hell when we be like, oh man, I want these bitches to be kissing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not about to do that. Like that gay is gay. Like if y'all got if one wrong, which I don't think is wrong, but let's not demonize one while we searching in our timeline on X video Pornhub for lesbian scenes. You know what I'm saying? So like let's not change that narrative and shit up. Like I'm do what you need to do. If you got what you need to do, get out, like represent yourself, speak your truth, because there's a lot of niggas that go out there and play gangster and they not gangster. So let's hold them, you know what I'm saying? So I just said that, you know. Which y'all got anything else on that?
And I was just gonna say, I mean, that's just, you know, I feel like that we already know, like you said, the agenda, and we already know, like we can see that what they doing on TV and with this TV shows, and they always gonna have this kind of scene and that kind of scene. And it's not like it was a shock. Like nothing happens on BET and these shows that they haven't already rehearsed and went over. Like they know that he's going on there. He ain't probably talked about this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring this person on. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like people want to have something to say about it, and that's what it is. But we see it on every TV show, on everything that's going on right now. So this is this day and age.
Yeah. So I did want to let's change the narrative. Let's get back to the funny stuff. So I got a question for y'all, right? All right. You with your significant other. Let's just say she is giving you average to average type box. Do you tell your significant other that her vagina is trash?
Yes.
Or do you say I've had better?
You don't know. Why? That's like that's putting fuel on the fire. Well, I mean, why would you need to say, well, I've had better? No, I mean, if it's somebody you care about and it's something that you want to fix, you don't have to like saying that's a downing somebody's statement. If you wanted to fix it, then you just say, hey, these are the issues. This is what I don't like. Because if you're trying to fix it, if it's your wife and your wife all of a sudden like, or it's not good and that's what you care about, then you're going to try to talk to them about fixing it. If it's something about you, then you need to talk about fixing it. But me saying, oh, well, I had better, that's not me trying to fix it. That statement is not helping the situation.
That takes you off. That takes you off the hook.
That don't take help at all.
Intimacy is two people. You know what I mean? Or if you want to do it the right way, I guess it's two people. But I would agree with Najee. You don't demean anybody, but you definitely, because to be honest, it's your fault too. Like why it's so bad, because we all know a big part of it
because my dick slanging is good. A
part of it is communication, and you clearly ain't communicated with anybody about what you like or dislike or how she could be better or what she's done, where she's not keeping up her end of the bargain or her end of the the love making or whatever the case. So it's definitely your fault as well. I don't think the person who is experiencing sex that isn't great is you just not experiencing it by yourself. I mean, you did that to yourself is what I'm meaning to say. You should definitely talk to your other person if you care enough, if you care about them, if this is a wife situation or a long-term exclusive girlfriend or something like that. I'm gonna put those at the end. Your wife or somebody that you are exclusive with and you've been with for a while. Huh?
I said your hoes.
Now, when you got them in the mix, that's a different situation. But we talking about people we care about. You got to talk about it. You got to bring it up. You definitely got to bring it up. Like, I'm not satisfied.
Some things you cannot fix. Like,
I agree.
Let's just say
you don't think you can fix that.
So
you can't fix. No, because let's just say she hit you with the I like niggas with big dicks. And you ain't heard normal average of dick size, right? And how could you gonna add length? You gonna go get you a dildo on and tape it to the end of your shit to give you them extra length? You can't fix that, correct? You can't if your shit done.
Okay. Let's do this. Is that a real complaint?
Let them.
If it is it the majority?
Some people can be like, I've had if a girl hits you with, oh yeah. I mean, I've had bigger. Like if you like, that's why I tell niggas, do not set yourself up asking that question. Unless you're ready for it. Ask how was it if you want to know how to genuinely get better. But don't ask how it was to see where you sit on the hierarchy and shit like that. Because I remember like when Charlamagne said, Charlamagne talks about it all the time. Charlamagne the guy, he's like, well, he cheated on his wife, but his wife cheated on him one time. And so he said one day he would ask her if his meat was bigger than his, right? And so she would go like, he's like, why you want to do this? Why you want to do this? And she was like, so one day he's just like, yo, is his dick bigger than mine? And he said, boy, I ain't never seen. So he said that shit hurt his core. You know what I mean? So I was just like, you go find some shit out you don't want to find out. So I'm just saying like that can be the equivalent. You know what I mean? So like, don't be like, oh no, it's something you can fix, because she might not be able to fix it. Like if you dated this small girl and she hanging off the chandelier, or if you dated girls with big butts and you like the way big butts are, you get somebody skinny, she'll never have that unless you're gonna send her to Brazil or one of them million people getting them bad BBLs. So some things you can't fix.
I think I agree. I agree.
If we're talking about like long-term situation, then I feel like
we're talking about your wife.
We passed the
long-term situation. I've seen people say that the person they with either has the smallest meat or that's not the best sex that they ever had, but they love the person for other things.
Mm-hmm.
So that can happen.
But a lot of times,
just let you know.
Can you hear me? So, but a lot of times I think it's still communication though, bro. Because I agree, it is some things that you can talk to a girl about, and it's just nothing she can fix. But if we care we can figure something else out. Because like a lot of times you might have, I had a situation where I was talking to someone and this girl was like, oh, I've been with my dude for 7 years and we did everything and I'm the best of the best. But you was the best of the best to him. And he might be hot garbage. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be compared to me. So you might have been the best of the best, but he's trash. You know what I'm saying? And then you come with someone else and you just like, oh my gosh, she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Exactly. You don't know what you're doing. So sometimes it takes you to talk to that person, be like, okay, well, that's cool. You might be super, got 3,000 over there, but let me show you what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me show you.
Whoa. Let you, hold on. Let you show what it really is. All right, little.
Yeah.
Why he say Gawk 3,000?
I got 3,000.
Go ahead, Smash.
I think, listen, if you are in a long-term relationship, I believe you can teach your mate how you like things.
Yes.
I believe you can. If she not sucking the dick right, you can teach her how you like it. If she don't ride the dick right, you can teach her how. Now, it is up to her to want to be taught, to want to appease to your teaching, because you have women this day and age who will not. I've been doing this shit right all my life and ain't never had no complaint. So, but now, if you are with your wife, this person who wants to make y'all sex life better, they will take things, because if you're not doing something right, best believe they're going to tell you. And they're going to want you to change it, or they're not going to be into it. So I think that works both ways.
Yes.
If you can always teach the want to be taught, otherwise, if not, you have to let them know. Nah, baby, I ain't like how you did that. Because this woman has been going through life through her sexual peak, and they've been giving her A's and B's all her life.
I ain't never had no complaint. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then she runs into somebody who has a little bit more experience, a little bit more than she does, and be like, nah, baby, that ain't it. And
right. And she that's her best. That's her A+.
Yeah. So now she upset with you because you ain't like the other niggas. Like, look, we all.
You got like you said, that's the best. You gotta talk and you gotta listen.
Yeah.
You gotta do both of those things, especially listen. Because if I'm telling you I don't like that, I choose to continue, or you choose to continue to do that, we're gonna run into some issues.
Oh, man, and argument is coming.
Something that you can't help, and it might be something that you cannot help. Like we were saying, like they might have the worst gag reflexes ever, and they can't help that. So you know what I'm saying? We got to just figure something else out.
They might just get on top and just they got mega knees or some shit, or they don't have mega knees. It's a way to do it though. I mean, but it all started with communication. If I can't tell you that you're doing something that I don't like, then you truthfully are not the one for me, because I am not a yes man. I have to be able to express how we are both going to be happy, because if we are humping and only you are getting pleasure from it, then most likely that man's going to cheat. Yeah. So it's okay to tell him.
So when they be like, when y'all be like, nah, girl, you sucking his dick wrong. So like, how do y'all, you like, girl, you doing this wrong. So what y'all go do? You like, look, I'm gonna show you what to do. Cause that's always a weird thing.
Who gonna talk to him like that's how you talk to him.
Give me this. Give me
what
you know how you like getting your dick sucked. So
let me show you what you need to do. Look, I'm gonna put this right here.
The way you sound like that, you sound like you gonna get a finger. Let me get your finger.
That's what this is funny. Like, nah, she sucked the dick wrong. So how you gonna tell her? Look, grab it right here, and then like, nah. But I'll tell you, this is how you do it smooth, right? First off, the easiest way to avoid an argument, because I ain't gonna lie to you, ain't no woman alive gonna be ready to take her shit trash. So you be like, "Ooh, girl, this shit fire." like, oh girl, look, oh this shit fire. Spit on it real quick. That's how you instruct.
Facts.
Just be like, just do something crazy.
Boy, you got
I
him.
don't agree. I don't agree with that.
You take
Just
control.
do something
You
crazy.
take control.
Give him a compliment. Give him a compliment, and then you end up telling them what you want to do at the same. Oh, girl, this fire Archie real quick. You do something, but you end up being like, God damn, girl. That's the politically correct way to let somebody know that they fucking. Oh, girl, this shit amazing.
Or you tell them,
oh, girl, this, and they don't even pay. Oh, you want it like this? They're oh, just like that. They fuck around. They even been paying attention that they've been telling something bad because you done instructed them the right way to do it. It's a cool to do it.
Or you or you take control. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something different. I'm gonna take control. I'm a guide. Or one thing that might not never fail, that has not never failed, put on a porn. Put on a porn. Put on a dick sucking porn.
That can go down. That can go downhill though. Because some girls think they dragons out here until they see a fucking dragon, and that can intimidate them. They be like, "Oh my god!"
Or they might be like, "I can do better than that." So,
I mean, but I think so. For me, I think I see what you're saying, James, but I feel like that's a form of flattering, and I'm lying to that person. I like what I'm gonna do is, bro, I'm just gonna talk like, hey, because most of the time, your girl, if she's with you, she really with you. She wants to please you, regardless of everything else. She really wants to please you. So if you start saying like, hey, baby, let me show you, okay, let's go through it. And as she's doing it, you like, hey, here, you know what I'm saying? Put your hand here, do this little twist. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear Glock. You gonna show them and they gonna fucking do the shit. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be happy about it because they pleasing you. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta lie and be like, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, that no.
She might not got a Gog 3000. She might got a 1,000, but if you adjust her right, she can evolve, she can advance. So I can see it happen.
She might not got no mom.
She might not be able to be a Charizard, but she can be a Charmander.
Facts.
Like, hey. He's like, oh, if you had look.
Not a Gog 1000.
Gog 1000. She ain't got the 3.
She might ain't got the 3,000. She might only got 2 Gogs in her.
Facts.
She got 2 Gogs. She might not have the 3 Gogs.
I want to
Facts.
Be like,
and she might not have learned the twist yet. We got to upgrade to the twist.
We got to give her the upgrade package.
I want to see if somebody asks you like, "Ooh, which anime character would you say my shit is like? My mouth is like," and you'd be like, "Krillin." I want to see if she would catch disrespect in that shit. Like, "Ooh, is that the one who did the little destructo disc with the hand, or she just know that shit trash?" But that is hilarious. I would say, fellas, don't ask about your penis size because you will get embarrassed, and don't take Najee's route. Gotta while lying, just manipulatively instruct her.
Which is hilarious.
No,
because
I think you gotta be honest.
You definitely can be honest. You definitely can be honest, but I think James has a point.
You are being honest.
Listen though,
you are being honest.
I'm agreeing with you. You got a little point in there somewhere where I feel like if we're gonna be, we're all a different person when we decide to do what we do, right?
Nice.
And so I feel like I feel like when you are in that mode, a part of that is acting. And so I know sometimes, like what James is suggesting, when you in that mode and you acting, you got to be able to turn yourself up too. You know, if she's not doing whatever she's doing, at least you need to be like, okay, let me try to do something to get myself ready. Because maybe if I get ready, it'll cause a reaction and she'll, start to do something a little more aggressive, or she'll start to do this. I think that's maybe what he's talking about in that sense. I ain't talking about just straight up lying.
I feel like you're saving him. I feel like you're saving him, and that ain't what he's talking about.
I'm trying.
Whatever you're gonna say now, he's gonna agree with you a little bit.
First off, thanks. I've never been recited so eloquently and precise. All I'm saying,
you've never been what?
All I'm saying, I've never been recited so eloquently and precise. All I'm saying is we just go.
People just say some bullshit.
I ain't gonna say nothing else because my man gave me the Johnny Cochran. If the glove don't fit, you got to quit.
You did.
closing
You pulled
statement.
him out of that scenario.
First off, my scenario was great. All right. We just if we didn't have to move on to the last topic, I would just go ahead and just close. I wouldn't represent myself like old dude did, but I would definitely win the case.
Hilarious.
With the hair, I know how to represent myself the good way. So I guess our last topic before we go is they put up the George Floyd statue, right? So they put up in a couple different places. And so I know me and Banks were talking about it, and we kind of ran into, first off, we love what the George Floyd movement started and how it got people to say this is enough and go on and go on, so on and so on. But we both sat there and was like, well, did he really need a statue? Because he wasn't fighting anything that particular day. And he just had a wife beater on, and some dickhead cops end up doing the dumb shit that they needed to do to go for it in. But I don't think that a statue is needed for a horrendous act, because we didn't make one for Trayvon Martin. We didn't make one for any of the other people that came through that should be, because I feel like when you do that, you need to make a statue for everybody. So y'all feel like that the statue that they done is, because I feel like you need to make laws, not statues. And I feel like this is another way to camouflage the fact that y'all are doing everybody but black people for actual laws that benefit us, and just think that this is going to be, I think Steven Jackson said that's cool for a statue, but he was supposed to get that. You know, he got his 22 years, but this one case that they got right out of a million. Do y'all feel like y'all agree that he should have got a statue? Do y'all think that he should have got a statue?
Honestly, no.
Agree that, like,
no. I'd rather them change the laws.
Oh, you in Minnesota too, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota. So I would rather them change the laws. I mean, the statue is cool. They already defacing statues and all that stuff anyway. So, you know, I agree with what you said. A statue, like, that's not going to mend or heal anything that we feel. I think it's just a, here, we'll give y'all this, you know, but it takes away from the bigger issue. You know, it's still cops out here killing us left and right. This statue is nothing. That's not something that makes me excited and be like, yo, we have to go see this George Floyd statue. We have to. It's important. If we don't go see it, then, you know, we're gonna miss out. No, I don't care about a statue. Honestly, let's change these laws. Let's hold these police accountable. And 22 years wasn't enough. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't enough. You know, it's like, hey, you get caught on camera, you get a slap on the fist. Because what were they saying? He gets parole in 15 years.
I thought it was 10.
Yeah, that's even worse. Like, what lesson is he really learning? Like, I think I don't give a fuck about no statue. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think that I think, you know, we want the laws changed and everything to change, but at the same time, I do think that I think the statue was a good thing. I think that's a good start. It was a different movement. It was something totally different. Shoot, you got slave owners, you got Jacksonville, Andrew Jackson got a big statue. You got the monument with Abraham Lincoln on Washington D.C. You got all these statues of people that did horrible stuff, and they will always be remembered. So this is something that was done horribly, and can't nobody lie about it. Can't nobody be like, well, what is that man for? And they be like, oh, well, he was a great. No, it's something that's burnt into, you know, this society. So it should be there. You know what I'm saying? It should stay there. It should always be burnt. We should always remember. But at the same time, we can't let it be something that sidetracks that says, all right, we got our statue now. Forget the laws, forget all the other stuff. But at the same time, like a statue isn't a bad thing. It's not like, you know, having a statue is like a bad thing. I don't think, because we got all these other, like I said, slave owners and KKKs and all this other stuff that's got statues, and they don't want us to take them down at all. You know how hard it was for us to get the Confederate flag took down, you know, in Tennessee? Like, they was doing riots over there. So no, like, we definitely, like, I believe he deserves that. This was different. All of the other things that happened to Trayvon Martin, they all are horrible. But this right here this was like the last straw.
I just didn't think I'm not saying I didn't think he deserved one. I just don't think that, like I said, the statue, just because, like it's the same with, like, why make Juneteenth a federal holiday, but then Florida, I think, ain't got to teach black classes. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just one thing to cover up some more shady shit that they gonna do. And I think that it's like, because what happened, so why put up a George Floyd statue and what happened in Minnesota and then Kenosha, which is in Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, right? Got the same thing going on. That's right next to Minnesota, right? So why sit there and do that when the stuff still goes on? It can't have a statue of somebody that one depicts something that's still currently going on. And on top of that, they're defacing the statue. So what is the statue really representing if y'all not seeing the stuff that's not changing and you not change the facing of Black Lives Matter street, the statue and everything should give you well enough clue that this stuff is bigger than what y'all trying to make it, and y'all are trying to marginalize the impact that y'all have on this stuff that can control it, versus just thinking that we just gonna take a knee. Or Falcon said it best in the Falcon and Winter Soldier last episode. Y'all the ones with the power. Y'all over sitting there dictating, and y'all got more force. Y'all can sit here and vote on things that change people's lives. You know what I'm saying? For once, white people were in the same situation that black people are every day, and they see how we live. So if y'all got the power to go do something, go ahead and do it. So I don't think that it was going up there because it sends the wrong one. It's a horrible. It's the facial statue they got is like a horrible statue. They could at least
like they could have put my man in like a 3-piece suit or something. But they got him in they etched him. They etched him in a wife beater.
One pick. I put it up right now.
So I just think that they could have did something better. Banks, did you want to chime in on it?
I mean, you kind of gave really good points. I really want to leave on the Falcon Winter Soldier bit. So I think I agree with you and Smash. I'm not taking my family to go see the George Floyd statue. That's not a field trip we going on. I think to kind of align with Najee, he makes strong counterpoints. I just feel like it's a distraction, and it's like a little nigga trinket. Like, here you go a statue. Here you go.
Carrying in the face.
Yeah, like, be quiet. You know, we put him up. What do you mean? We put him up on the we put statues up of him. So, you know, I don't I just think it's something that they did almost a slap in the face, like or a backhanded compliment, however you want to look at it. We're not gonna change no laws. We're not gonna give your community. We're not going to give your community any tangibles. We're not going to give your community anything, but we're going to give you a statue that we're going to turn around and deface. We're going to turn around and tear up and do all type of stuff on. Now, to Josh's point, I agree that we already got existing monuments of slave owners and the like. I mean, those shouldn't have went up either. You know, if we want to talk about it, but they up. Just like George's is up now. So the only thing I think we could just look at it, be like, oh, okay. And then walk right into, you know, the official hall so we can get the voting, or, you know, whatever it is that you have to do to secure some sort of resources for your people. I think it's something to acknowledge, but that is nowhere near anything that we are asking for. It's just to pacify us. Look what we did. We put a statue up. Look what we did. It don't do it for me, though.
But how did his family feel about it?
His family. So I'm just gonna speak for. I don't know like verbatim what they said, right? I'm sure they liked it, you know. But it's the same thing I sent James. You up there. First off, I think the check cleared. Let's just be honest about that. I think that check cleared. And now they up there with their representatives, and he talking about it's not just about George Floyd and Black lives. It's all lives matter. It's what?
You could have never said that shit.
That's trash. That's trash.
So right there, Najee, I just really
that's what he said on TV.
Bro, I'm gonna send it to you.
Because what I was gonna say, but that just messed everything up. But what I was gonna say at first, I was just gonna say, just to kind of, give another outlook on it is, if it's the family and the family wants this, and like I said, I feel like once again, we as Black people, we never gonna be satisfied. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we cannot take this statue and be like, we're happy and nothing's gonna change. But at the same time, it's still something that we don't have. We don't got that many Black statues and monuments and stuff like that. So take our monument, and we should celebrate the monument. At the same time, we should still be voting and be in the White House and be fighting to get things done. But we shouldn't cancel the statue because it's something that happened directly in our lives, and it's something that is important. It's something that did cause a riot. Like this is our Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our time where it was a humongous riot, everybody and things going crazy. So we definitely should cherish that, because that is that person. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what they trying to do in the agenda and all this, it's still, that is George Floyd. So we should definitely take it in and cherish, because it's him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we should not, take it as no trinket and be like, all right, I'm happy.
It's not a victory. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a victory. But we need to take that and do something with it and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a victory, but it's still something that is ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our person. That's our man up there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I feel like, because if not, then what's going to happen is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're going to cancel ourselves, because that's what we kind of do as a culture. We find a way to cancel ourselves, but we can use that. And we definitely got to vote. We definitely got to get out. We definitely got to do something about it. And we definitely can't use it, let it be used as a trinket. But we definitely should still celebrate it, because it is something that tragic happened.
I'll take that. I think that's correct on that one. I just say, like, end it from y'all on the clock, and y'all definitely passed that Asian hate bill way faster than y'all passed any other African American civil rights bill at all. So that's probably why I'm sitting there saying I don't agree with it, because I seen what y'all did for Asian hate, and that kind of hit everybody in a widespread very quickly. And then the next week they got a whole bill, but we've been sending these videos in for a long time. But I will say, people, y'all joke on them, especially for that hilarious clip he put out. But pay attention to what Tyler Perry doing, because they all trying to buy a big sector of Atlanta. And so I always say, look at it from, if they ain't gonna give you what we deserve, we gonna go get our own. So, while we laughing at Tyler Perry and stuff like that, he about to try to, it seems like he's trying to make the new Black Wall Street. So pay attention. Don't try to sit at their tables and stuff like that. Like, go build into our own, and make sure you give the niggas that are doing something for you, i.e. Tyler Perry, and make sure you champion them. You know what I'm saying? If we got to turn this into our own Wakanda, why not start with Atlanta? So I'll say I'll end it there. Anybody got any, like, closing remarks?
Nah, I just want to say, man, y'all are dope. Just, I'm definitely tapping in with y'all. I like to be able to reach out to my people. So this was on my list. So I actually am glad that I reached out to y'all. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
And we appreciate it, Smash. And I don't think we did it at the beginning, but if you want to let people know, where to find you, what the podcast is about, whenever they check you out, we can kind of open the floor up to you right now to,
Bet the House Podcast 2020 on Instagram, Bet the House Podcast on all streaming platforms, if wherever you listen to your podcast at. My podcast is just like this. It's dope conversation. It is fun, no filter. We don't have, we say whatever the fuck we want to. That's why we podcast, right? So it's just us being us, man. We just take normal, everyday conversations and just speak our mind.
All right. Well, we appreciate, like I said, we've been big fans. I seen the video you put out the other day, the song lyric, the rap video you put out the other day. That's
right.
Fire and stuff like that. And,
yeah, that's for the I'm actually dropping a podcast EP. Mm-hmm. So I'm just doing a little soundtrack for the podcast. So,
like I said, man, y'all, you've been a vibe. We've been, like, following for a minute. Like I said, scheduling and stuff been keeping us from, like, doing more collabs, but I'm definitely glad we started, like, the revival of our collabs the right way, and we appreciate you coming on. This has definitely had a hell of a time with you. Like I said, we big fans. We want to see us all win. We've been
Thanks.
It was a dope vibe. Real dope vibe.
So we appreciate you coming on, and like I said, we're gonna do this again. Now you're definitely a part of the fam now, and we'll make it happen again. So other than that, make sure y'all check out my man Najee, the official 10K TikTok Bet the House podcast on all major platforms.
I'm finna check him out now on TikTok. I got you. See, I'm a supporter, man.
Najee. You know what I'm saying? Go on there, support.
Y'all check out skin and everything like that, skin products. And this has been another episode of the 8 More Than 92 podcast, where we always keep 100, aka the collab with the Bet the House podcast, where they always gonna do what they do. Make sure y'all check us out on all platforms. We're all one big family. Everybody gonna eat at this table. No statues needed. So we'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Yeah.